Here is the man we talked about earlier, number 5, Kenny Easley, one of the best athletes in the country.
My name is Kenny Easley, born and raised in Chesapeake, Virginia. In 1977, I was fortunate enough to be recruited and signed by a great institution, UCLA. You know, there are certain things that a scholarship athlete should do. Come to the university and play hard, all the time. Not some of the time, but all the time. I think you have an obligation to do that. You try to become an All-American type football player at the university. That's what you should do. So let me tell you the story behind Force 5. My number was number 5. And if I was going to be a force on the football field, then I want to be the largest of the forces, the Force 5 or F5 Hurricanes. I had a classmate of mine create a sticky piece with Force 5 on it, put it on the back of my helmet, and before I walked out of the locker room for a pregame or anything, I would flip the helmet around, look at that Force 5, and I would say to myself, if you're not going to be the biggest force on the field today, don't put this helmet on. And I wouldn't put that helmet on until I convinced myself that I was going to go out there and be the biggest force on the field that particular day.
Just an outstanding play, Joe, by Kenny Easley. He's hit at the 21, and down he goes. And he's caught behind the line by number 5, Kenny Easley. He fumbles the ball. The Bruins have it at the 45. Kenny Easley does a fine job. It's not just tackle the ball carrier, but tackle the football. Kenny Easley again to make the stop. Two-time consensus All-America.
If you've ever seen a Force 5 Hurricane, all you see is stuff flying off or away from the image of the hurricane itself.
And Osborne has the football. He's at the 10, and down he goes in the arms of Kenny Easley.
I was a force to be reckoned with, the biggest force known to mankind.
We're going to take a look at what college football is all about. You see Kenny Easley comes in hard right there. What a hit by Easley. He's sky high. He really plays well. Here comes Kenny Easley, and he really tackles the football there.
Fumble! UCLA recovers. Who else but Kenny Easley, the last man up.
Boy, you get hit by Easley, and then down you go.
When I was drafted in the National Football League, I was prohibited from wearing it, but there was never a game that I left that locker room without having the thought that I was going to be the biggest force on that football field that particular day.
On behalf of what Kenny Easley has done for us as a team and as a man, I'd like to present him with this game ball.
As for the leather piece on my face mask, this too was symbolism. Leather is strong under all circumstances, and my leather piece was an instant reminder of its toughness. When it was in the fourth quarter, when it's 80 degrees out there and you're working on your 80th play of the game and you're dead tired, all I had to do was reach up and pull on that leather piece to remind myself I could go longer and harder and tougher than anyone else. I was strong as leather. He was like a force running through that line. You could see people flying off of him because of the force that he ran with. Don't put this helmet on unless you intend to be the biggest force on the field today.